Hello, and welcome to our 8th season of I Am You. Rather than coming to you live in a theater, we've made these video performances for your enjoyment. So you'll be able to watch them again and again. We're glad you're here now to see them. Even though we're doing this differently, the performers have worked hard to bring this act to you and to tell their own personal stories. I think you'll be moved and touched by what you see. You might find them humorous. You might find things that you connect with that are similar to you, things you wouldn't have thought about. And you maybe find yourself sad at times. But altogether, it's about the great human experience that we all are in together. Thus, I am you. This wouldn't be possible without a lot of support from people from the community, our board, our staff, our performers. We also would like to thank our sponsors who have made financial contributions that help us bring these quality types of programs to you. And we want to thank the Bloomington Playwrights Project for providing the stage for us to do this. Even though you may not be able to tell this, we have done everything inside the Bloomington Playwrights Project in the Ted Jones Theater. Performers have had the experience of being on stage and telling their story. And so people have had a nice theater experience from being here. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Lucy Farmer, our creative director. This is her 2nd season with I Am You. And she's been working since way last June with the performers to help them determine what they want to talk about and the way they want to present it. We're very fortunate to have someone with her skills and talents to be a part of this.
Hi, I'm Lucy Farmer. Thank you for that introduction. And this year has been full of surprises and full of adaptations. And I have also been so moved by our performers' resiliency and flexibility. And I'm really excited for you to see what they have to share tonight. So thank you for joining us wherever you are.
First up is My Army of Rainbows by Mikaela Coppedge. Come on down!
I am an array of colors. I am also a rainbow of possibilities. Red describes me the most when I am feeling artsy and wanting to create beautiful masterpieces. Orange describes my feelings towards the great outdoors, which, when I am outside, I feel very pleased, because I sit and listen to the outside world around me. I love sitting in nature. Yellow describes my feelings towards the sun. I love the sun, and it reminds me that I am my grandma's sunshine. Green describes my feelings towards music. I love music, and it flows through me. It helps me to keep my sanity. Blue is my feeling down color. Whenever I am down, I feel blue, but I try to get back to other colors to help me cheer up. Indigo is the color that brings me joy because it reminds me of my family. I have a big family, and all of them are really special to me. I love them all. Purple describes my mood towards writing, so it brings me excitement. I love writing. My Army of Rainbows stands for love and against hatred. My army includes the most important things to me, my family and friends. They stand with me, too. I am a person. I have a disability. I don't let it bring me down. I am proud of my disability. I am an army of rainbows. My disability defines somewhat of who I am. I am a fighter. I stand up for people who can't stick up for themselves. I am an advocate. I stand tall for everyone with disabilities.
Next up is Gregory's life story on his good side by Gregory Maxwell. Come on down!
I was born at St. Vincent's on 86th Street on April 30th, 1985. I went to Heritage Christian School in Northeast Indianapolis. I liked school. I went part-time and was homeschooled by mom the rest of the time. I was a big brother of 3. We got along okay. We liked to play with neighbors. I had a happy childhood. When I was 15 years old, my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I was nervous and didn't know what was going to happen. He went through treatment and clinical trials. At one point in my life, I began to feel bitterness and anger towards myself. I felt like I needed to hit something. I had to get myself together and needed help. I moved to a group home when I was 34 years old. I lived at Hyde House for a year and a half, which was a hard transition from living with my family. I had a lot more downtime. It was a big adjustment. Today, I work in the workshop at Stone Belt State Program. I'm proud of my work and I want to succeed. I feel pressure to perform well and want to be a valuable member of the team. It makes me want to get up every morning. It's made my thoughts better by being in community here. I try to think happy thoughts. I just think about what I do at work and my golf swing. My dad is in remission and doing well, which makes me happy. Happiness is the answer to solving all problems in life. I get happy by doing what I like, feeding birds, committing to my work, golfing, spending time with my family, and getting support from my community.
Next up is Stage Fright by Lisa Dickey. Come on down. You're the next contestant on I Am You.
My name is Lisa, and I would like to share my story. I had physical problems as a child. When I was born, I was pigeon-toed. My feet just turned in toward each other. I had to wear a cast on my legs for the first year of my life to straighten them. Being the obstinate person that I am, when I was a baby, my mom tells me that I would beat my cast against the crib until I actually had the cast off. That irritated the doctor to no end, so he made casts for me, but he guaranteed I would not get off. I was a very angry baby because I could not get those casts off. I couldn't really crawl even when I was no longer wearing them. I wasn't able to sit up by myself until I was maybe 13 months old. I was delayed in that. I never crawled, but went straight to walking. I don't know how I did that either. I never felt like I fit in school. I always got bullied. I started to believe everything that the classmates told me. It hit really hard. It felt like nothing. They called me the R word. I didn't know what to do. The only way I handled it at the time was to start crying, and they would laugh at me. Everything was a joke to them. I felt like I was just a joke. There wasn't anything about school that made me happy. After I graduated, I became a part of Greene County Developmental Services, which is now called Four Rivers. I met a new batch of friends, and we had a blast. It was so much fun. We'd just be laughing all the time and cutting up. Those are what I consider the very best days of my life. I just wish I could have all that time back. I am the only one left in my immediate family. My sister died 7 years ago. My brother died a month later. My dad died in 1982 on Father's Day. My mom died in 94. I spent a lot of the time numbing the pain with drugs and alcohol. I'm in recovery for substance abuse and alcohol problems. I've been sober from alcohol since 2014 and sober from opioids for over a year. Staying on an even keel is all due to this place, stone built. I had nothing to do with my time when my parents died. I needed structure in my life. That's the only way I can deal with things. I feel like I have a real purpose here. I make medical parts in the workshop for Cook Medical at Stonebelt that can help other people improve their quality of life. I like knowing that I'm part of a team that does that. We're all pulled together to make that happen. We give 100%, 110% every day. We give nothing less than our personal best every day. It's given me confidence. I finally found my niche in life. I feel like I fit in completely here. I've worked here for over 2 years and look forward to it every single day. I want other people to see us. You can't just sweep us under the rug because you don't want to deal with handicapped people. We're not handicapped. We're handy-capable. I'm capable of being strong and confident. Don't tell me I can't do something because I can and most certainly will. Don't be afraid of what's out there. Just try. You can only fail if you don't try. When something does happen, just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, put one foot in front of the other, and just keep walking forward. Don't even look back. Just keep going forward because you can do it. You've got it in you. You just got to find it. It took me all these years to find out I had it in me. After I started work here, it didn't take me long to realize that I was everything that my classmates said I wasn't. I was smart, strong, capable. And the reason I'm smart, strong, and capable is because I am you.
It's the final.
Next up is the story of Joseph the Artist by Joseph Cramer. Come on down.
The final countdown.
Hi, welcome to the stage. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Joseph Cramer, and I'm an artist.
Yeah. And how are you feeling, Joseph?
A little nervous, like...
Well, we're glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what's important to you.
Well, my friends told me about this place. Whenever my friends told me, I'm like, hey, that place sounds fun.
Doing IMU?
Yeah, it seems like it's fun here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've had a troubled childhood in the past, but it got me to where I am today.
Yeah, you've overcome a lot.
Yep, I sure did.
And tell me about your friends and family.
One of my friends at Lark told me about this place.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, she's a good mom. I will always love her.
Yeah, I know they're very important to you.
Yep, even though my stepdad's been around for me too.
Good. And tell me about what art has meant to you.
It's given me an accomplishment, like telling me like I can make stuff like that, like the solar system painting I did at Lark.
Yes, which we'll get to see more of soon.
Yep.
And I know you said that art also has given you courage and independence.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know that you find it exciting. What's exciting to you about making art?
Well, you never know what you're gonna get on the piece.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And what exactly made you want to be a part of it, IMU?
I think a friend told me at Lark about it.
And you wanted to share your art, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to share my art to the world.
Awesome. Well, should we show them a little bit of your process?
Yep.
All right. Joseph, tell us a little bit about what you're doing in this part.
I think I'm transforming this. Looks like I'm transforming this art piece.
Tell me what you're doing with the different colors. How did you prepare those?
Oh, we like put paint in. I think we put like Mod Podge or something. I don't know if we put. I think we do put Mod Podge in there, and then we put like silicone in there. That's what gives it, the pop.
Mm-hmm. And then you're adding all the colors into one cup.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a paint
Right.
pour.
So this is called a paint pour, the process.
I think so.
Yep. And so you're adding all these colors. And how did you choose these colors?
It just came to mind.
Yeah.
I just chose different colors.
But you were inspired by something specific, right?
Yep. That paint might be on those pants.
And you were inspired by the solar system, is that right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I've been fascinated in the solar system for a while.
So you're showing us all the colors that you've chosen and how they
Yep.
all blend together
Yep,
for the
and just-
pour.
We'll just have to wait to see what it turns out to look like.
Beautiful.
There's the gold. I added some gold or silver. I don't know. I actually don't know which one that one is. I think that one might be gold.
Looks
That's another
gold to me.
Green. So just I use the colors once and then I repeat the action.
Aha.
I use
So
this.
you repeat the colors.
Yeah, I just like put whatever color, like red, green, yellow, whatever colors I'm using, and then I repeat the yellow, green, and so on.
Beautiful.
We don't want to.
How do you choose what order you put them in?
I guess it doesn't really matter what order you put it in.
That's just the artist's intuition.
Yeah, you never know what it's going to get, though. It's
Yeah.
always a mystery with these kind of paints. You never know what you're going to get until you lift that up.
Yeah. So that's part of your creative process is just choosing which colors feel right and what the order is. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so Joseph, you've done all the colors and you've
Yep.
chosen all the colors, and
Yep.
then now what are you doing here?
We're flipping it over and letting some of the paint go down a bit.
Okay, and this is the pour part of the paint pour, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're pouring it over.
See, you pat it down a little bit to get the excess paint off the bottom.
Sure. Ooh, it's the big reveal.
Yep. We'll have to see what it is. Oh, here we go.
Gorgeous. Ooh, and so what do you do there with all the extra?
You just like spread it out on the paint
Oh,
on
and then
the
look at
art piece a
you.
little bit. Then you just tilt it till it's all covered,
Beautiful.
and yeah. Oh, look at that.
That's beautiful. Look at all those colors.
Yeah, especially on the shirt.
Well, hey, that's part of art, right?
That's an accomplished artist right there.
Absolutely, it is.
I didn't really expect all that paint to get on me like that.
That's a
I think it only happened when the gold was having trouble getting out and just spread all over me. I'm like, what in the how'd that happen? I'm like, well, at least the paint got out.
occupational hazard, right?
Yeah, at least the
Part
paint
of it.
came out on the wrong fabric.
Beautiful.
I think that's what it looks like now, I believe.
Oh yeah, this
There
is
we
good.
go. There's the sun. There's Mercury. Let me see. Okay, that's Mercury, yeah. All right, waiting.
So in this piece, so this part of the process, you've done the pour, you've
Yep.
shaken it all over, so you've gotten all the parts of the canvas covered,
Yeah, that's Venus.
and now you're adding
Earth.
the planet.
Yeah, there's Earth. And this is where I had trouble with the red paint.
Ah,
That's what made the Mars look so big. I didn't mean for it to be that big.
so how do you overcome those
See?
challenges when it doesn't quite go as you planned? How do you deal with that?
I don't know why I put it in that. Sometimes paint can be stressful to get out, you know.
Yeah. So this part didn't quite come out as you expected.
I didn't want Mars to be so big and Earth to shrink. If I could redo that piece, I probably would. And redo the planets.
So this is you working through getting the red out.
Yeah, I'll just wait. Won't watch the red and see what happened. Why I had trouble with it. Oh,
It was a little smaller than you wanted.
yeah, but it's gonna get bigger. I don't know why I didn't just use that to make it somewhat.
So part of art making, though, as I'm sure you've learned, right, is sometimes things don't go quite as you expected, like you said earlier.
Sometimes it don't go that well, but
it's kind of like a happy accident, right? You never know what you're gonna get,
yeah.
and then you have to be flexible with the product. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, God.
I kind of love it.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I still like it though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think we could then kind of cut to a finished image of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's what it looks like now. Or I don't know what it really looks like now. I don't know where it went.
So this is sort of your finished product from the paint pour and the solar system, yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for giving us a glimpse into your process.
Alrighty. You're welcome. Did pretty good.
You absolutely did.
Next up, we've got A Lot Changes, but It's Going Good by Alvin Day. Come on down.
Hi, welcome to the stage. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Alvin Day, and
Yes, Alvin Day. So nice to see you. And Alvin, tell me, how long have you been coming to Stone Belt?
36 years.
36 years. And how long have you lived in the group homes?
32.
32. So you are like a VIP. You've been here for a while. So tell me a little bit about what you remember growing up.
I've grown up about almost 5 years. I've grown up for a long time.
You've been growing up for a pretty long time.
Yep.
And where were you born?
I was born in Seymour,
Yep. In what year?
1961.
That's right. And tell me a little bit about how you looked back then growing up.
Well, I was about 12 years old, and I was just figuring I'd do something right if I see it.
Yeah, when you were 12 years old, what did your hair look like?
I was young.
It was long. What color was it?
Black,
Black. Was it straight or curly?
curly.
You had long, jet black, curly hair. That's right.
Sure.
And tell me, did you grow up like in the house?
I grew up at the hospital in Seymour.
Born in the hospital.
Yep. The Jackson County Hospital there.
Then did you move to a farm?
I had chickens, rabbits, and pigs, and cattle, and everything else.
Yeah. And did
I did pretty good, but
you did get pretty good at handling the animals.
yeah.
And did you ride horses?
I used to ride horses all the time.
Yeah. And who taught you how to ride a horse?
Nobody, just myself.
Yep, you taught yourself how to ride horses.
Yeah.
And were you scared at all when you learned?
No, wasn't
Nope.
scared at all.
Just fearless. That's pretty awesome.
It was.
And then I know you went through a pretty hard time when you had to move to Bedford. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. And that coincided with the loss
Yeah.
of your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
That was a hard thing you had to overcome.
See, that's just hard enough to do anything, so, pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about that transition when you moved.
I moved to North Bennett, and I went back to Bedford.
Yeah.
So my dad put me in Bedford group home, so I lived there.
Yep. You got put in the group home after your mom passed away, which was really challenging.
Yes, it was very challenging.
But when you adjusted to that, how have you liked being a Stone Belt client?
I liked doing that client because it was pretty nice after all that year.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
It wasn't too bad, pretty nice too.
Everybody's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I would agree. I'm happy to hear that. And tell me about your career.
My career is my career's doing pretty good so far.
Your career is doing pretty good so far. Are you an athlete?
I play basketball, and I'm going to play basketball the 19th. We're having a state final game, Hope, Indiana.
Because you were in the Special Olympics, right? That's pretty awesome.
I'm playing basketball right now, so
Nice.
that's pretty good.
And what other jobs have you had?
I had a lot of jobs back, so I had everything.
Yeah. Did you work at the
Yeah,
workshop for cook?
yeah,
Yeah.
sure did. I worked there for years now.
And what about your other job? What was your other job?
My job was criminal vet. I left there.
Spring Mill Vet. You
Yep.
would help with the animals and help clean.
Yeah, I sure did.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, sure did.
Tell me, what else is important to you, Alvin?
For me, it's just being healthy and everything else.
Yeah, I know your family is also very important to you.
Yes, sir.
Who's in your family?
I've got a lot of family right now. I've got my stepmom, and I've got 6 brothers. I love Paul.
I know you do. That's awesome. So after telling us about all the things you've gone through, what's one piece of advice you would give the audience?
My advice is don't take it too hard.
Don't take it too hard. And you told me once, keep on going. You
Keep
can't
on.
change the past, but you can go forward.
Yeah, go for it.
And that was some really good advice.
My advice is keep on going.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Adoption, the day somebody gave me a chance by Kristina Hale. Come on down. You're the next contestant on I Am You.
Hi, my name is Kristina. I'm 21 years old. My favorite thing to do is sing. I've been doing it all my life. It is my passion. When I am singing, the whole world is lifted and I feel like I am myself. I wrote this song for my adopted parents, my 2 loving parents, Mike and Cindy. They taught me a lot through life, how to be kind, generous, and sweet. They are the ones I give all my love. Thanks, Stonebelt and my friends, for being there for me as well. Even through my ups and downs, we can make it through, always and forevermore, 'cause that's what families do. It shows me in your life, without you I would be so alone. I'm never gonna understand why life can be so difficult, but I can make it through by having you by my side. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Without you, you chose me in your life. Without you, I would be so alone. Because you are the light in my, even in my darkest days. I'm never gonna understand why life can be so difficult, but I can make it through by having you by my side. Ooh, yeah, 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 by having you by my side.
Next up, we got Daniel's Day by Melinda Owens. Come on down. You're the next contestant on I Am You.
Welcome to the stage. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Melinda Owens. I'm from Bedford, Indiana.
Yes, you are. And how are you feeling?
Don't forget,
Good. So tell us a little bit about what you do, Melinda.
well, I work
Yeah, where do you work?
mostly at Larkin Stonebelt.
Yeah, what do you do there?
I work with tubes for the cook.
For Cook Medical.
Yeah,
And do you enjoy your job?
yeah, that's usually.
You usually enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about working?
Pretty good.
Yeah. I know you've mentioned that you like to keep your hands busy.
Mm-hmm.
You like to stay busy and that your work's important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what made you want to be a part of IMU this year?
Well, it's my first time.
Yeah.
I never did it before.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared.
Super normal. And was there a piece of your story that you wanted to talk about in particular?
Yeah, about my son.
About your son. We would love to hear about that. So what's your son's name?
Daniel.
Daniel. And tell me a little bit about how you became a mom and what that was like.
A little bit. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. I know you mentioned you got married.
Yep.
And had Daniel a couple of years later.
Yeah.
And then you went through some challenges following his birth.
Yep.
Do you want to share any of that?
Yeah, if I had the paper.
Well, tell me a little bit about what was special about his birth.
He weighed 4 pounds and 4 ounces and 21 inches long.
Yeah, so he was tiny.
Yeah.
And you had to
Yes.
have an emergency C-section?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, which sounds really hard.
Yeah.
And then he had to stay in an incubator, is that right?
Yeah.
Make sure he was safe?
Yeah. He was cold.
Yeah. What was that like as a mom?
Different.
Different. I imagine that was really hard too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And did you get to stay with him while he was in the hospital?
Yep.
Yeah. You stayed
And
by
then the
his
doctor
side.
told me I can go home. I said, ain't going home without my baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And I know after you all went home and he was safe and healthy, it was also challenging because you didn't get to see him all the time.
Right.
Yeah. And that was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you do together when you did get to see Daniel? You played together.
Yeah, we played together and had his birthday cake together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had him since he was born.
Yeah. To see him grow up.
And I had him since he was 2.
Yeah. And I know you went through a lot. Would you say it was all worth it?
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Don't Judge Me by My Physical Appearance by Michael Ealy. Come on down. You're the next contestant on IMU.
Be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause
Hi, my name is Michael Lealy. I work at Indiana Institute on Disability and Community. I have cerebral palsy, which affects all of my muscles in my body. I use a power wheelchair for mobility and use a communication device for communication. Some people who don't know me don't realize that I can understand and do things like everybody else can do. It has been an ongoing battle for me, and it always will be. Some people will talk down to me like I am 5 years old. They think I can't understand them, or they will talk really loudly. I don't know if they think I can't hear or if talking louder will help to understand them. It makes me really irritated when people don't understand that I can understand them. Some people will talk to my staff instead of me. For example, one time, I went out to eat with my mom and a couple of people, and the waitress goes, "What does he like to drink?" Someone said, "I don't know. Why don't you ask him?" At the end of our meal, the waitress goes, "Ladies, have a nice day." The waitress didn't acknowledge the fact I was there. She ignored me. This example tells you how some people react with me and whoever is with me. When I was in school, I was always fully included in the general education classrooms. I learned what everyone else did. I graduated from Bloomington North High School in June of 2002 with my diploma. I took a couple of years off from school to decide what I wanted to do. One day I decided to go on to college. I graduated from Ivy Tech Community College in May of 2011 with an associate's degree in computer information systems. My main area of study was web development.
I know.
I had some volunteer opportunities. Since I have graduated from Ivy Tech Community College, I designed a website for the Greater Bloomington Health Underwriters Association. Their leadership had to step down, so they closed. For a couple of years, I maintained a website for a former professor at IU. I worked in the greenhouse for the South Central Action Program. It was called Growing Opportunities. I would send out emails to the different restaurants to let them know what we had for that week. I also had to write what was new in the greenhouse. I was the layout editor for the Stone Belt newsletter at one time. I was on the Stone Belt board for 4 years. I am the president of Self-Advocates of Monroe County. As I mentioned to you earlier, I work at Indiana Institute on Disability and Community. I am working on PDF documents for accessibility for people with disabilities. I use an eye gaze edge to operate the computer while I'm working. Plus I have one at home too. What it does for me? Well, I have to look at the eye gaze to tell it what I need it to do. For example, if I want to move the cursor up, then I have to look at the eye gaze. Then I have to turn my head to look at the monitor. Once I got the cursor where I want it, then I have to look back at the eye gaze to make it stop. It probably sounds a lot harder than it is, but it is easier for me. One time, I overheard somebody while I was going by. They were talking about me. So I stopped to listen to them. One person asked if I really had a college degree. The other person said something like, no, it would have been too hard for him. I decided to ignore it. It made me frustrated because they didn't know me. They assumed that I couldn't do the work. This person who said that, I did not go to college. They were an employment consultant. I feel like they should know given what kind of work that they did, rather than misjudge me by my physical appearance. my experiences. I think you can see that just because I have a disability. It doesn't mean that I don't understand what people say to me or about me. I don't really know why people underestimate my abilities, other than that I use a wheelchair and a communication device. I am really not different from anyone else. I have the same thoughts, feelings, and needs as everyone else. It would be nice if people would get to know me as a person before they decide what I am capable of doing instead of assuming I can't do anything. Thank you.
And last but not least, we've got Dance Party by Logan Eppard. Come on down.
I can't stop
Hi, I'm Logan. I have autism. I'm in Columbus. I'm not a jerk. I'm a nice person. Having autism has been hard for me, but I dealt with it well. I can't change it. I want to be treated respectfully. One of the things I want to do is dance. No one can dance the way I can, so I want to show you.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops.
I feel amazing.
I am kind of nervous.
Shy.
I feel very good. I feel very good.
I feel exquisite. Whatever it's called.
I feel scared.
I feel fabulous.
I feel proud.
I am
you.
So just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I should